The wind! It's just gonna sound like someone's messing with the door, but we'll just pretend it's the cats even though it's not. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Abby, and today I'm going to be crocheting Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree. So that means we're continuing on past the original 3 evolutions and going straight on to the next ones. This is going to be the 4th evolution set, or numbers 10, 11, 12. That's a far cry from 151. I know that. I, like most of you, probably have had a lot of extra time on my hands, but that being said, it still took me like all month to get these done because they're kind of simpler than the last ones even, and I guess when something's easy, it just makes me feel like I have all the time in the world when I don't. So without much further ado, let's crochet.
Hey, so there's a lot going on right now, huh? Let's talk about bugs. I mean, I have to. This is the first bug evolution. Kinda have to talk about bugs. Contractually obligated to, in my mind. To help me talk about bugs, I have brought in my sister, Genevieve. I know this is like the second video where I've brought someone in to talk to them while I'm doing these videos. And I don't know if you guys enjoy that format, but I've been enjoying it because it helps me figure out stories from different perspectives. And also, I just love talking to my sisters and talking to people and bringing them in here and making it feel like a conversational storytelling experience. And I really like that, especially when it's just me editing and just me listening to my own voice for a long time. I prefer to listen to other people's voices sometimes. So I have here on the line my sister Genevieve to help me remember some terrible bug stories from our past together. Maybe not so much terrible, I don't know why I said that, but some of the things we did were terrible. Like, Jen reminded me of something we made called ant chloroform. Would you care to elaborate that?
So basically, I don't know how we're alive at this point, just from this one story.
Oh, me neither.
Because basically, I don't know where our parents were either. Because basically, here's what we did. Picture every chemical in your house.
Oh gosh.
In your 15 square foot bathroom. And we mixed them all together.
Hey, I seem to recall we had the fan on at least.
Okay, maybe there was a fan, and the window was too high to open, that's all I know. But everything. And I'm talking like Pledge. We would spray that in the concoction.
We totally did, I remember
Dish
that.
soap, Febreze, we had like any spray bottle of anything. We put together, I don't even know what kind of container we kept it all in. And I feel like I clearly remember doing this when even more relatives were there. Not just our parents, but like our aunts and uncles were there.
Are you for real?
And we're just wandering around. I remember at least another time that we did this. So we did this twice.
Are you serious? I only remember the once. How did we do this more than once?
I don't know.
Do not mix chemicals.
So we were under 12. That's what I'll say. I don't remember how old.
I mean, I definitely remember mixing stuff together, and I remember testing it out on ants, and that's why we called it ant chloroform, because the ants would pass out, and then you would leave them alone for a little bit, and then they'd wake back up and keep moving along, which should have probably been... that should have probably been, like, a warning to us that we shouldn't be inhaling this, right?
Yeah, the biggest indicator. The ants pretend to die.
We were pretty evil to ants, though, I think.
I think so. I mean, okay, we didn't do that stupid magnifying glass in the sun.
We're nicer than that, just barely. We chemical warfare them instead of shining them to death. I seem to remember having a magnifying glass outside, though, a couple of times. Maybe not burning ants, but I think we did burn a hole in a couple of leaves. So we did do that. We spent a lot of time outside doing weird things.
Yeah, take plants and rip them up and make little potions.
Yes, we pretended. Do you remember what we called that? Brock and Erica?
Oh, yeah. You're obsessed with Pokemon?
Yes. Well, we would bring our stuffed Pokemon outside, because this is the kind of childhood we led, and we would, like, rub leaves on them to heal them and stuff like that.
That's how it works in the show, right?
Yeah.
They, like, have leaves or posts. That's good now.
So I remember when we were young, you wanted to be a lepidopterist, right? I can't speak.
Oh, yeah, I really like Butterflies. Butterflies are really pretty.
Are butterflies your absolute favorite bug, would you say?
So I guess, okay, if butterflies are bugs, I would probably say yeah, because they're the most pretty. But bees are pretty cool too.
I do love bees. My favorite bug, not that you really care, but my favorite bug is, I would say the woolly bear. Do you remember those little...
Woolly bears! Oh, they're so cute!
Yeah, and I think that I liked them so much, we brought some inside, and thinking about it, I don't think Dad...
Violated Dad's rule.
I was like, I don't think Dad knew about it, because his one main rule in the house was...
No nature in the house.
Yes, so we did not have his blessing bringing bugs and nature in the house, but I know for sure I at least brought a couple woolly bears in the house, and I kept them in this fish tank that we had downstairs, and the fish tank does not have a lid, and they turn into moths. So I don't know, first of all, I don't know if I gave it enough food for it to survive that long, but second of all, if it did, I have no idea if it ended up being a moth or not and somehow made it out of our house.
Yeah, I don't feel like any of them did. I think they all just died. But I just remember feeling the weird little feet walking around on your hand.
I just like them because they're so fuzzy. They're so fuzzy. They're little walking pom-poms, and they're in my favorite colors, black and orange.
Remember that time that Mom got, like, praying mantis larvae? And we were raising them for a bit, and then we left them outside, or like we brought them outside. Praying mantis would probably be up there with one of my favorite bugs then, because those are cool.
I did not know Mom did that. I mean, it does not surprise me, but I did not know about that. Mom had a bug collection, and I remember going through her bug collection and seeing all these little bugs pinned to things, and then a couple spiders in vials. Do you remember those?
Yeah, that's still downstairs. And, like, they're weird. She has, what are those called? Sun spiders?
Yeah, you'd think, though, that they would turn into little bug skeletons, but now they're so dead. Crazy that she would have... The only time I remember praying mantises in my lifetime were, like, the times when they were accidentally on people, or we would see them. I think I've seen 2 accidental praying manti on Olivia. Is that even the plural? I don't know.
I don't know. Mantis, I don't know. We'll have to go back
I've seen 2 praying mantises, or manti, whatever it is, accidentally on Olivia somehow.
I don't remember that. Did we freak?
One of them was when she was really young, and I'm pretty sure somewhere there is a picture of her looking down at it like, ugh, and there's a praying mantis on her. And then another time was when we went berry picking somewhere and we came out and there was a praying mantis on someone.
Maybe it was Olivia.
I guess I'd have to ask her. 3-way call Olivia in here. Hey, how many times have you had praying mantises on you in your lifetime? When we played a lot as kids, we were very accident prone, and there were always injuries, and we used to say it's not a real game until someone's crying, but that's how it was.
The cops got called one time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the cops getting called?
I do remember the cops getting called because some babysitter lost their mind that we were playing tag outside at night. That's just too far in my opinion.
Plus, I think she also yelled out the window, and then the cops roll up, and it's like, this is a lot more of a distraction than 15 kids playing in a street. And it wasn't even 15, it was maybe
also,
10 of us.
I feel like we weren't being... Okay, I guess I can't say this, but I feel like we weren't being that loud. But I mean, we're pretty loud when we come together, but I don't think we were being such a distraction to the point that they needed to call the cops on us. And then did we disperse after that?
Actually, I don't know. I feel like I want to say no. I think what happened is the random, like, 20-year-old we were playing with, which sounds really creepy.
Oh, wow.
But it wasn't. He kind of answered for all of us and was just like, we're okay, officer. We won't make too much noise. And then I think we just went back to playing. I don't even know if our parents know about that.
Do you want to know what? Also, I think when we saw the police car coming, we're like, scatter! And we like ran and hid.
Now we're really going to test our skills. We've been training for this moment the entire night.
Well, we were playing like freeze hide and seek tag or something. And so we like ran off to like hide somewhere in the shadows where the police couldn't see us. So we're like, look, officer, it's not that big of a deal. There's only 4 of us out here.
Right?
There have been so many weird things that have happened when we're playing tag with the cousins. One of the times, though, that we played tag was right before I think the cousins were supposed to leave.
Mm-hmm.
We just wanted to play a game all together, and it was one of those hide-and-seek tag games again. And I remember getting caught pretty quickly because I really am terrible at this game. Since there was nothing else for me to do, I remember going back inside and talking to the adults. I remember just everyone busting in the house through one door at once. And I was like, oh great, who hurt themselves this time? And then you guys were like, oh, look outside! There's so many bugs outside! And I was like, what? And I like look outside. It's just like Alfred Hitchcock situation. Bugs swarming the house, blotting out the sun. Can you explain as to what happened in your side? Because I don't know.
Well, honestly, if I had known, see, and parents always make it seem like, you know, you knew and you did it if I had known that those bugs would have come for me, I probably wouldn't have it in the trash, you know? But how was I to know? So all I know is we're playing, I don't know if Matthew is it or what. Matthew's a pretty good runner.
Mm-hmm.
But he always volunteered to be it. So it was one of those hide and seek tag combo things.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to hide in a really good place. So I convinced somebody, I don't know, maybe it was Victor, maybe it was Brittany. I convinced her, give me a boost into our garbage can. And it was like one of the big rolly ones, right?
Yeah.
So with the big old flappy lid. So I lift up the flappy lid, get the boost in, and by this time, Matthew's already seen me, so I'm just ducking down into the trash like Oscar the Grouch. I hope he didn't see me. And yeah, he totally saw. And then he tags me, and okay, I wasn't a disgusting child, but I just figured it was a good place to hide. So we come in the house. I don't remember the bug. Like, I just remember going to the window once we were inside the house. I think it was right before the cousins were about to leave. They go to the door, and they see, like, the side of our door, there's that window there, and there's this wall of bugs.
Yeah.
On the window.
Mm-hmm.
Just carpeted with bugs on every window. And we're like, what is happening? And then I think finally somebody fessed up, like, oh yeah, Jen hid in the garbage. And I was like,
I think Dad looked at you like, what child have I raised? Go take a shower.
yeah, he was like, go take a shower. He was so mad. And I got mad because I was like, well, I want to say goodbye to everyone. No one wanted to say goodbye to me. I'm covered in garbage. I think they had to really quickly leave the house too. They it was like a ballet move. They opened the door and then pirouette out and shut it behind them.
They ran out the door, and I remember, I think they had to pack up a couple more things, and Uncle Brian went out and he was like, oh, good grief. You know how he is? And Dad's just like, I'm so sorry. Oh.
We should maybe get them on the call next. Like, so I remember my child hid in garbage.
I want to call Dad right now and be like, hey, do you remember when Jen hid in trash?
You know what's the sad part? That's not even the last time I went in trash, so...
Oh, right. Well, I mean, that wasn't the second time. Was it only 2 times? How many times are we talking?
Okay, well, it's been at least 3, maybe even more.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't realize this. I just remember one time you lost, was it a bracelet, and you had to go dumpster diving?
Yeah, and I went through a bunch of garbage bags, and I knew by the trash inside the bag where I'd been in my custodial job. And then the other time, I think Brittany threw out some piece of mail.
Oh.
So we were in the dumpster out by the Little Caesars, you know, swimming around trying to get...
Don't say swimming around when you're talking about trash.
I don't even remember. I think I found it, but I was like, it's ridiculous.
Speaking of swimming in trash... Do you remember when we were younger how we would rip up a ton of newspapers and pile them in the living room like it was leaves and jump around and swim in that?
Yeah.
And do you remember?
Dad got real mad.
Oh, Dad was furious that we would do this, and we kept doing it anyway. I don't remember why that was happening or why he was so mad about it, but I just remember Dad, why do you guys keep doing this? Stop ripping up all the newspapers.
Well, okay, to be fair, Dad could have got way more mad at all the stupid crap we did.
How many times have we disappointed our parents?
I don't know.
Oh no. I'm sure Dad has plenty of stories.
Yeah, Dad's probably got lots of material to go talk to. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for talking to me.
About bugs.
Yeah, thanks for being here and talking about bugs with me. Alright, bye.
Bye.
So here they are. I, of course, like always, am very happy with how these guys turned out. They look totally perfect to me. Everything I was hoping to get, I got with them. I would take glam shots outside, but I'm a little bit nervous about going outside at the current moment. I know a lot of people probably think that's weird or understand me at this point. I can think about that for the next evolution because the next evolution is Beedrill, and that would also make sense outside. So I guess we'll see. I'm thinking about how I've gendered these things in my mind again, and it's so weird that these two are male and this one is female in my mind, but that's just how it is. Broken. So all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make these and enjoyed listening to me ramble on. I know it's a little bit insane out there right now in the world, so I hope this kind of took you away a little bit from all of that. What's funny is when I started this month, I had wanted to make 2 evolutions because otherwise this whole 1 evolution a month thing was gonna take years. It still is gonna take years even if I do 2 a month because it's a lot. But then I ran out of time and this is kind of all I made this month. I can't remember how many hours, but I'll tally it up for sure. You'll know how many hours this took. They took a little less than normal amount of time, which is good. I don't need extra stress and anxiety right now. I already have enough past capacity, okay? We're good. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! I wish this Butterfree actually could fly so it would stay where I wanted to. Okay, that's not the one. Excuse you?